So we are here with Müsiad Yücesoy from Dorce, the Business Development Manager. Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you very much.
So can you introduce yourself and the company?
Sure. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for visiting our stand in the Müsiad Expo. And my name is Müsiad Yücesoy. I work as the Business Development Manager of the company. So our company name is Dorce Prefabricated Building and Construction, and we are the largest company in the world on manufacturing of prefabricated steel structures. I mean light gauge steel structures on the manufacturing side and combination of experiences, project completion, and also successful execution of the projects in the world in more than 60 countries. So in this map, I would really like to show you and present you what we are doing. Especially in Africa, we are based in entire Africa with the project completion, and also the rest of the world. We have been completing housing projects in Australia, hospital projects in Venezuela, and also labor accommodation facilities for oil and gas companies in Malaysia, and also rest of the world in CIS region in Russia and entire Africa. So as far as we can easily state that we have like two locomotive sectors. The first one is the manufacturing side. So we have the manufacturing facility which is based in Ankara, in capital, and the second side is the second locomotive sector is that contracting sector. In accordance with the ENR reports, which is a global reporting institution, we are based in one of the top 250 contractors in the world for the past 5 years. And apart from that, in the exporting association in Turkey, we're based in the first 500 always. So let me shed some light on the projects, what we are doing in the world, and especially on Africa, how we are moving, how we are executing our projects. So we're mainly based, as mentioned, on the prefabricated manufacturing, which means, let me show you what we are doing. What makes Dorce different than the other manufacturers in the world? We are a contracting company, which means we complete our projects turnkey basis, infrastructure plus superstructures. So we have the experience right now. We have like two ongoing projects in Basra region of Iraq, 1,416 villa housing project, another 400-bed hospital project. So with the combination of these experiences, we are able to provide our turnkey solutions everywhere in the world. This is a very good example of the projects that we have been completing. The housing projects, which is a very important topic right now for Africa. In Gabon, we have done 600 housing projects, light steel structures within 6 months. You go to bed and when you wake up, 2 or 3 of the buildings going to be completed. It's very fast. During the manufacturing process, we make the transportation. And right after these combination two processes, we train the local workforce and local companies in the area, and we complete the infrastructure together. And after the transportation process, we complete the project very fast and immediately. So we're not working only in Africa. These are the hospital projects in Venezuela. Each has 160 bed capacity hospital projects that we completed in Venezuela. So we're also very active in oil and gas sector and mining sector. As mentioned, we have been working with the largest oil and gas companies in the world. So in the industrial areas, we have been completing the labor accommodation camps and also warehouses and additional structures for these companies. This is a very good example. 16,000 labor accommodation facility, including the infrastructure, superstructure, even the furniture, everything completed in a very short time period. So time and money nowadays are the two most important aspects in the world. So let me show you what we are doing. This is Eni, Italian oil and gas company. This is in the Zubair oil field. And this structure is the high security structure to totally bulletproof structures and to prevent the structure from the mortal attack, as you can see in the top of the buildings. This is a very high security structure. So we are a company working on project basis. We are able to work from minus 60 degrees to plus 60 degrees everywhere in the world. This is 8,400 labor camp project in Mauritania for a Canadian mining gold company in the middle of the desert. So the geography and the place doesn't matter for us. We are a very well experienced company in Africa, and this project is one of the largest general contracting projects in the Mauritania area in Africa. So it's a very good example. Another 26,000 labor camp project in United Arab Emirates. This project is completed in 290 days. As mentioned, time and money are the most important aspects. So if the investor of the project is going to be completing this project in conventional basis, the project duration will most probably take 3.5 years and 4 years. With this system, we have done project in 290 days, and investor rented the structures to the laborers, local laborers, and make his turnover back very immediately. So this is a new project in Russia, 17,250 man capacity accommodation facilities for laborers, 100% turnkey project, and also this area goes up to minus 50 degrees. So Dorce is able to work any kind of geographical area, in Malaysia also. And let me show you what we are doing in the other phases, because we just mentioned about the housing projects, we mentioned about the labor accommodation projects. So what we are doing is that hospitals, clinics, and also we are doing very good hangar projects. So if you can allow me, I would like to show you the hangar projects that we have done in Djibouti. And hangar projects in Mauritania, hangar projects in Turkey. Anything comes to your mind related with the prefabricated structures, we as Dorce company have been successfully completing these projects with our experience, capacity and capabilities. So the success behind the Dorce story is that we have a very developed R&D team, academician team, and also a highly skilled engineering team. So these teams are generally based in the factory, site locations and head office of the company, and we have been completing our projects on Turkey basis as mentioned in more than 60 countries. And the low-cost housing projects in Africa, as we mentioned before, is one of the most important topic right now. And the prefabricated sector for the schools and housing units are most important. While I'm saying schools, I would also like to show you the schools. This is a very good successful example of Dorce completion of the schools. 154 units of schools and the classrooms also in different locations in Turkey. The project started simultaneously and completed together. So this is the advantage of the prefabricated buildings. And Dorce can easily access and complete and execute these projects in entire Africa. Especially in the Western Africa, Dorce is a very much experienced company. And we have been participating in this Müsiad Fair Trade Exhibition for the past 5 years, since 2010, for the past 8 years. And we have been receiving the sponsorships. And we are also supporting the local companies, local governments. And we are right now participating to this exhibition in fully teams, including the procurement team, business development team, and experienced team for the execution team of the project basis. So we're 100% ready to work for Africa. As Dorce company, we are able to provide you full solution, not only a manufacturer, but also as a contractor. We are ready to work for Africa for the housing projects, school projects, refugee camp projects, border camp projects, and also for the shopping malls, military camps. Any kind of steel structures and prefabricated building which comes to your mind is the correct address for Dorce company for a successful completion. And thank you very much for your valuable time and for your participation.
Thank you so much. That's too good to hear you. You do aircraft hangars, schools, hospitals, everything. That's really great. So we're NaturalTV. As a NaturalTV, we broadcast to 16 countries in West Africa. So you are special. I can see that you do so many things. You are special. But what is the unique thing that you do for the Africa? What could it be? Why should they prefer you? Why should they choose you? What is it?
This is a very good question. And the most important answer for this question is nowadays, and the most important topic for the governments in the Western Africa and entire world, not only the Africa, is the localization. As I told you before on the project execution phases, we trained thousands of local laborers. On the Mauritanian project, we only just, work together with the Mauritanian local workforce. And also we prefer to work with the local companies from Mauritania. So as Dorce company, we are not only developing our company or other companies from Turkey. We have the global procurement department and the vendor department also, which they are organizing the global procurement activities and hiring activities also. So we are supporting the local companies. This is the most important target for the governments of Africa. And apart from that, Dorce is a very strong company on financial basis. We are a contracting company, but we are able to be supported by the governments for an investment project and the finance backed up. So which means that today's world is not only the contracting, not only the manufacturing. Today's world, if you're going to be successful, then you need to support all the local teams, all the local governments, and your company, and you need to develop the trade volumes between Turkey and the local country also. So the second important issue, Dorce also develops the trade volume between two countries. So which is a very important point, for nowadays for the trade activities. And also Dorce is a very competitive company. Quality is the most important point, and the engineering is the most important point. These are the third and the fourth important issues, because we have like 200 engineers working in the company at the moment. With the support of these engineering capacity and experiences, we're doing very qualified job and on-time job. So As mentioned, time is the most important aspect on this issue. So Dorce's completion of the projects are right on the time, and you don't lose any money. Instead, you gain money with the successful completion of the projects. Because the trust is the most important issue in Africa at the moment. If they need to be completion of the project, then we train the local people, we support the local companies, also we support the companies from Turkey. All the import and export activity is going to be increased immediately with the Dorce Project Hour.
So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.